Hello, I'm Jeff Siegel. Welcome to SantaAnita.com. Welcome to our Saturday seminar. Great card, 10-race program at the Great Race Place. First post at 12:30. And the first race is a maiden claiming event for 3-year-olds. The claiming price $30,000. The two main contenders, and by the way, this is the race I'm not going to play, but the two main contenders obviously should be number 3 and number 7 on your program. Number 3 is a TK46. Number 7 is Seeking Solace. Those two look like they should run well. Blinkers on the number 3 horse, TK46, for Jerry Hollendorfer. He's got that pattern the first time for a tag, maiden to maiden claiming. You know how tough that angle is. Numbers-wise, he's a fit. Doesn't really have a great style, not real fast, doesn't have a lot of speed, not really a closer, but at this level, TK46 with Pedroza riding him back looks pretty solid. And number 7, Seeking Solace, another first time for a tag play. Couple of runs, didn't show a whole lot for John Sadler, so he's realistically spotted here. Gomez stays aboard. He's the 5-2 morning line favorite. Those two look logical, not a lot of value, not terribly, confident on either one of them, so I'm going to pass the first race, no play in the first. The second race is a starter allowance race, and I actually like a horse in this race a lot. I like number 2, El de Hair. This is a first time for Hollendorfer play. This is a filly that had a couple of runs for Eric Guillot, won at first asking and a maiden claimer, and then was 6th down the hill, but I thought she ran well. She didn't break. She was behind. She actually finished steadily and galloped out real well to indicate to me that she maybe will go better going a distance to ground. And she's trained decently for Hollendorfer, switching from Kerwin John to Rafael Bejarano and drawing the good inside number 2 post. 5-2 in the morning line. I really think El de Hair is ready to explode. So I like her as a rolling exotic single and a straight play. That's number 2, El de Hair, in today's second race. Third race is a maiden special weight, and got a smoker in this one, Albert Gotti. This is a second-time starter in the Steve Asmussen barn. Now, he comes in that very, very hot race that was won by DeRuler in his only start. And was second, but that was a blazingly fast race, very fast, highly rated. It's going to take something really extraordinary to beat Albert Gotti in this race. He is 4-5 on the morning line, so I'm not telling you anything that you can't see for yourself. There's one other horse in here that does deserve a mention. That's the Bob Baffert trained number 5, Indian Knight, and this is a colt that by Indian Charlie, who is really trained very, very well. He's a good colt. He's got a lot of promise, but going 7/8 of a mile against a horse as good as Albert Gotti, and with Albert Gotti already having a race over the track, it's going to make it really hard for Indian Knight to win. But he's worth watching for future reference. Again, today, though, Albert Gotti at 4-5. No value, but a nice colt, and he should go about his business and break his maiden today as expected. Fourth race, a mile turf race, maiden special weight for fillies and mares, Calbreds. Going to go too deep here, using numbers 6 and 7 on your program. Number 6 is Baila Shaka, and number 7 is a Team Builder. So those are the two, 6 and 7. Both lightly raced, both only with 2 starts under their belt, so they have some room for improvement. Many of these others have had so many chances. I mean, Nana Beach, for example, number 4 in your program, has figures that make her a threat, but she's a 13-race maiden. I think I've had enough of her. So let's go with the lightly raced number 6, Baila Shaka. She's had a couple of runs. She's going to have some speed here from Marty Jones. I think she'll show better and stay better. Bahirano stays aboard. That's positive. And Team Builder has had a couple of runs. Blinker's going on now. She stretches out. And I would think that going a distance to ground with the hood on, she'll be forwardly placed under Rosario. I expect a much, much better improved effort for that Carla Gaines trained daughter of Broken Vow, number 7, Team Builder. So use them both, numbers 6 and 7, Baila Shaka and Team Builder. Use them both in an exacta box if you'd like, and of course in your rolling exotics. Fifth race begins the pick 6. We'll use 2 horses here. They are numbers 5 and 7. Number 5 is Positive Force. 7 is Bullfighter. You can use them in an exacta box if you would like. Positive Force comes out of a very hot race. He was wide pressing the pace, got a little tired, finished 4th. Not a bad effort under the circumstance for high percentage trainer Mike Chambers. And I think this is a little easier spot. Garrett Gomez rides him back. That's a positive. And I think you'll see Positive Force right either on the lead or right off it, and I think he's going to get a great trip, and I think he will fire today. So Positive Force, a major player. Bullfighter, the class dropper in the Baffert barn. He's got a lot of talent, a lot of problems, but you have to respect him at this level. A little bit off a layoff today, but he's trained well enough to expect that he's fit. So Bullfighter, the logical one. Positive Force, the one to fear most. We'll use them both. Numbers 5 and 7. Moving to the 6th race, this is the Robert Lewis. Now, Comet to the Top entered in the race. He appears in the program, but he has been scratched. He will go up north and run in the El Camino Real Derby instead. So Tapizar 4-5 on the morning line. He'll probably be close to 1-5. So clearly a free bingo space for you rolling exotic players. Very impressive, highly impressive winning the Sham. Pace scenario looks soft for him. He should be able to make the lead and just run his rivals into the ground. Anthony's Cross with blinkers on may improve enough to maybe make a race of it, but looks like he could be second best. 10 Devils, first time on the main track, has got some ability. If he handles the dirt, he might hit the board as well, but I don't see anybody beating Tapizar, and the odds will reflect that as well. Moving to the 7th race, this is a pretty good allowance race on the turf down the hill. And 3 main contenders as I see it. They are numbers 2, 4, and 5 on your program. Number 2 is Burj Dubai. Number 4, Earn Never Given. Number 5, Cherokee Heaven. So any one of those 3 I think could win, and they all come out of a common race. I don't know how to separate them. They all kind of finished together in that same common race back in mid-January. They're all capable of improving. Burj Dubai adding blinkers. He's lightly raced. Maybe has a little bit further improvement in him. Earn Never Given didn't get the best runs. Didn't break all that well. Was a little farther back than I thought he'd be. Still ran very well. And then Cherokee Heaven always in the fray. He figures at least a part of the purse. So I think you have to use him as well for the Bejarano and Marty Jones team. So any one of the 3, whoever gets the best trip can win. I really can't separate them with any degree of confidence. The 8th race is the Santa Maria, Grade 2, bringing back St. Trinian's. First time on the dirt, first time since getting out-finished by Zenyatta last summer. She's trained well, but it is the first time off the bench, and it is a pretty good field. Number 2, Vision in Gold, is improving. Lightly raced, coming through the allowance ranks. Just had a very nice win over the track. And then Washington Bridge, she's really gotten good for Hollendorfer. So those 2 are going to be tough. St. Trinian's is the best mare in the race, no question about that. But she hasn't been out, and there's always the question of the dirt. So to be safe, I'd use the inside 3 horses, 1, 2, and 3. St. Trinian's, Vision and Gold, and Washington Bridge. Preference to St. Trinian's, but if she's any lower than 8-5, then it doesn't present a whole lot of value there. I would go 3 deep if I were playing any kind of rolling exotics like the pick 4 or the pick 6. 9th race, mile turf race. These are fillies, 3 years of age. Numbers 1 and 3 are the ones I'm going to use. Number 1, Scarlet Starlet. Number 3, Wave of Applause. Maybe slight preference going to Wave of Applause, but either one could win. Blinkers off the 1 filly, Scarlet Starlet for Doug O'Neill. Lightly raced, should be forwardly placed inside. Should get a great trip. Wave of Applause, beaten in a photo in the Blue Northern, ran very well. Second start in the country. Another one who's just finding her form, and with only the 4 previous starts, she's got plenty of room for improvement. Mike Smith riding her back for James Cassidy. Those are the 2. Pace scenario looks soft. Wave of Applause should be maybe even on the lead, and Scarlet Starlet should be saving ground right behind her. And I think in a race lacking in closers, I think those 2 fillies should exert their superiority late. So 1 and 4, that's number 1, Scarlet Starlet. Number 4, Wave of Applause. 1-4 in your 9th race, exact box. 10th and final, claiming a race. Not much of a race here. Restricted non-winners of 2. Looking at this race, I think you have to go 3 deep. Number 1, Zulu King. Number 10, Cynical Wager. Number 11, Peacock Alliance. I don't trust any of them. Zulu King is buried on the rail. He's dropping out of allowance company. Maybe he's found his friends. He's 8-1, so I guess he's worth using at that price. Cynical Wager is obviously a fit here for Doug O'Neill. He's a horse who's dropping. He's got some speed. It'll take him a long ways. And then Peacock Alliance was just claimed for 25, shows up for 12.5. So you got to wonder what kind of condition he's in. That was his first off the layoff. He may or may not be fit to fire. You use him. You don't trust him, but you use him. That's number 11, Peacock Alliance. So we'll go 1, 10, and 11. Hope to get lucky. Hope to get out of the 10th and final. If we are alive going into that race to the pick 6, I think we'll be in good shape using those 3. That wraps it up for today. This is Jeff Siegel for Anita.com. Best of luck today at the Great Race Place. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.